Welcome, Dr. James Beckett, Sports Card Insights. I used to do the short Saturday episodes. I had fun with that. Some of them were the box reviews, box battles. I declaring myself to be the oldest reviewer of breaking boxes. Enjoying doing that. I got a couple boxes from Upper Deck, and I was going to compare them and try to do that in an interesting way. And I was very surprised. I think what's happening in our culture a lot of times, whether it's politics or medicine or academics, or maybe even in the hobby, the headline is written and then the research is done, and the research needs to conform to what the headline was. I had in my mind what the headline was going to be comparing these boxes, and what happened, I had to revisit my preconception. And I encourage you to do that. There's a lot of back and forth information, people talking at each other, but try to get to the bottom of it and try to figure out what the basic research is. And the basic research here is opening the products. So I got a box of 21-22 Upper Deck MVP hockey. I like hockey cards, and I like sports better than non-sports, and the better the sport, and hockey is a great sport. 8 cards per pack, 20 packs per box. I thought, I'm going to do these reviews. I'm going to do it without looking up. I'm going to think in my own mind what the price of the box would be, and then try to think, would I be happy? And then later find out what the price was. So first was the MVP hockey from 21-22. Not as familiar with all the rookies, but that's part of the fun of it. The comparing aspect, other box, was the inaugural AEW wrestling. It's billed as 2021 trading cards, but it's AEW, the All Elite Wrestling, the new association to compete with WWE and whatever the different ones are now. But it's not like sports that have team wrestling is a sport. It requires a lot of athletic ability, but it's also entertainment and different kinds of costs associated with that of starting a league than trying to have football with everybody padded out and stadiums and filling out your roster and training camps and all that stuff. I guess wrestling has some of those things, but to start a new league, you just rent an arena and you get your wrestlers and you start promoting. So it's heavy on the marketing and promotion. Probably falls over into the card sets that are associated with that. So this is the first year of the AEW, and so it's the first set, and there's some positive there. Hockey's been around a long time, but certainly I didn't look at the price. I just thought they each have a promise of having some a little bit better stuff in there, but I thought, what would I rather have? Would I rather have a box of the AEW or a box of the hockey? And I had my mind tentatively decided. So opened up the Upper Deck hockey, the MVP, and again, no serial numbers, didn't look like, I didn't get any autographs, didn't get any game used, but again, it's hockey cards. I recognize a lot of the players, but not all the players. There's SP kind of high number rookies. I'm very familiar with that concept. In fact, if you're going to do SPs, make them high numbers so I can, if I number sort them, I can see which ones and set them aside. I really believe, again, the sports card insight for me is that if I'm tracking a sport really well, like basketball, I'm going to a lot of games, I can tell when the rookies come out who I want to hold on to that year. But hockey, now that I don't have season tickets anymore, I really need to wait a year or two to see who the rookies would be that I'd want to keep or sell. I'm not into it as much, but I'm not interested in selling the stuff anyway. I am a collector, but I'm more interested in what would be the card that I might put on my wall, that I could get it slabbed, put on the wall, and then I'd have a nice memento of this card I got from so help them. By the way, they're not the only sponsor, but certainly they're a sponsor. So thank you, Upper Deck. Thank you, Topps. Thank you, Panini, Heritage Auctions, Huckett Scott Auctions, Mike Stadium Sports Cards, Burbank Sports Cards, ComC.com, and Beckett Media, Beckett Grading, Beckett Authentication. Anyway, the hockey was good. I wasn't blown away by it, but the mascot cards didn't do that much for me. Actually, they were some of the higher production value cards, which I guess I didn't like that. I think I'd rather have a player. If you're going to do some foil treatments, I'd rather do it on somebody I like the MVP 20-year retro kind of things. I like those. I like retro designs. I didn't love the design of the MVP cards, but the parallels were reasonably noticeable. I don't like it if the parallels are too subtle and you could miss them. If I were a trading person, I'd trade away the mascots because I'd rather have players than mascots. The collations seemed to be pretty good. I didn't have a problem. I didn't see a lot of duplicates in there. Again, noticeable parallels, easy to pull out the SP rookies. And like I said, I'm not going to disclose who I got, but I was not unhappy. But again, nothing super special. So that makes me think this is not a premium brand that I didn't get. Yeah, obviously it's not a premium brand, but still I liked it. And I thought this is probably a reasonably priced box of cards that I got enjoyment out of. And I probably could complete a set if I got a second box of the base cards. The collation looked pretty good. Now, maybe not a set of all of the short print rookies, but okay. So now go to the AEW, the wrestling. Eric Norton and several others, Brett McGrath. There's a lot of wrestling enthusiasts. We're saying you have to be an athlete to participate, but it's not a sport in the same sense, I don't think. But so I opened it up and I thought, I'm really looking forward to this. This is amazing. So I didn't recognize all the card stock. It was not great. It was similar to the MVP hockey. So I thought, well, maybe they're similar kinds of sets. You've got the same thing. You've got some kind of parallels going on that are pretty obvious. Collation, first of all, was not very good. And so I don't think I would be trying to complete a set. But like I said, I would set it aside because who knows, somebody might. The design of the cards, I thought, gee, I don't know if I like this as much as I like the hockey. And then I thought, wait a minute, all these wrestling photos are staged. Of course they are. It's wrestling. They're staged photos of these wrestling personalities mugging for the camera, because that's what it is. So not a big problem with that. But I didn't think it popped in a way that it made me think, hey, I've got to get this complete set. Again, it looked like a promotional set for a wrestling organization, which is probably what it is. Okay, if that's the case, then you would think that the AEW would want to have their brand appreciated. They would want to have enough cards out there that they would say, hey, this is a good set. Here are the players, here's the celebrities and all that. And yet you don't want it to be cheap, to look like it's too easy to get. Again, in my box, I didn't really get anything super special. I got the sparkly kinds of parallels, and I guess there were golds. Yeah, I fully expected to really like the wrestling, but I didn't compared to the hockey. I just thought, I'm just a purist. I'm just a hockey guy. So if I was going to buy another box, I would buy it. And that's my highest compliment. Am I going to buy another box? And I've done that with some of these gifted boxes. I thought, I'm just going to buy another box of this product because I can get more of the cards, a complete set, whatever I want to do. Didn't have that sense with the wrestling. I thought, you know what, this is not my thing, but I enjoyed opening it. The hockey, on the other hand, was good. When I do these box battles, I'm presenting it in which one would I buy originally or which one would I buy another one of. And the answer, the reason these card companies in Upper Deck, no different than anybody else, has the challenge is that that's not the way it isn't a box battle in the sense that the choice is to buy neither, or to buy both, or to buy one, or to buy 3 of one and none of the other, or 2 and 1, whatever it might be. There's lots of competition for your hard-earned dollars out there. Now, in a break situation, if I was a team breaker, because I like the Dallas Stars, they used to have season tickets. If I was a team break, I don't think either one of these are great breaker products, but the hockey would be more so for me. I wouldn't mind getting the Stars out, but again, it wouldn't be a high priority for me. Okay, so the punchline here is I fully expected to like the wrestling better. And I thought maybe they're a similar price. And I thought, no, I like the hockey better. And then I looked at the price, and the hockey is way cheaper than the AEW. Again, that has to be just because of the inaugural set, but I'm just too much of a old-fashioned OG hockey. I want to get the cards of the players, of the stars, stars, even the Dallas Stars that I can get. And so that's my feedback, Upper Deck. Thank you for the boxes. I think AEW is probably here to stay, but hockey has proven itself. And I like the idea of continuity of sets, is that if you get Upper Deck MVP, you can get it year after year and as a continuity of branding. Now, maybe the AEW will have a continuity of branding and build on some of the parallels and inserts and scarcities that you can use to, but it was hard for me to get into it. Okay. Now, again, if something's brand new, is so many times in the hobby that the first appearance of a set, just like a rookie card, but a rookie set, the first appearance of a brand sometimes has special value and special meaning. So that's probably what it is. All in all, though, I guess I'm more of a collector than an investor. So I wasn't trying to make money. I was just trying to get enjoyment, and I got more enjoyment from the MVP. Last comment, and that is that Upper Deck's a big company. I know there's a lot of outstanding people there, but it made me think that there were 2 different groups that were working on these 2 different products. And I'll maybe check with Chris Carlin and Paul Wynn and Grant and some of the other people that I've talked to there. But it seemed to me there were almost like 2 different teams or groups were putting these sets together. And there's nothing wrong with that because we had different teams working on different sports when we had our company back in the day. It'd be interesting to see because it looked like there was a different approach. And building a card set is not a no-brainer. I haven't done it in the same sense, but so many of the guys that worked on our team went on to do that, and they love doing it. But it's, like I said, it's not a no-brainer. You got to add value to the pack, make money. So thanks Upper Deck. Thanks other sponsors. Thanks listeners. Enjoy opening wax. I did, and I will see you again on Monday.
Is doing color right.